Hey folks, it's a very warm and windy Wednesday across the valley. Well, a Wednesday instead. Wind advisory in effect for Willacy and Cameron County until 8 o'clock this evening. Still pretty gusty in the upper valley as well, but the strongest winds so far being reported in the lower valley. We can take a look at what the wind gusts are right now. 29 McAllen, 32 Weslaco, but 36 to 38 across Willacy and Cameron counties, primarily coming up out of the south. Now, if we watch what Future Track suggests is going to happen this evening, by the time we get to 1 o'clock in the morning, it still suggests winds are gusting to 35 to 40 miles an hour across a lot of the valley, even at 1 a.m. But by 8 a.m., it dies down some. Still some pretty gusty flow out at the coast, but once you move back to the west, only 3 in Rio Grande City, 13 to 20 across the middle part of the valley. And then by tomorrow afternoon, you may have noticed kind of a push of wind coming in this way. That's our little front that's going to come through. And even behind the front, you're looking at winds only gusting to 15, so not all that strong. And then by tomorrow night, you're looking at 10 to 12, something like that. So the gustiest winds may occur the next, say, 6 hours or so, 6 to 8 hours, then it probably begins to fade away. Now with the wind, we have heat. These are the current readings. 103 in the west, 87 in Weslaco, 85 at the coast, 86 Brownsville, McAllen's 91 right now. We've actually been cooler than a lot of Texas. We'll show you that in a minute. In the meantime, overnight tonight, temperatures are going to drop into the upper 60s with windy conditions. And then tomorrow, winds turn around, come out of the north for a time, 12 to 25. With that, temperatures still climb back to the low 90s. So even though a front's coming through, all it's going to do is dry the air out a little bit. That's probably about the extent of it. Normal high, 85. Tomorrow will be 91. Back to normal on Friday, and then back to 94 again on Saturday. So it's a short-lived cool down across the valley. Looking for clouds today, just haven't seen many at all. And Future Track just keeps the wind in through the night, fades it away during the daytime tomorrow. That front limps through during the daytime. Wind comes out of the north, but it just continues to keep dry air in the area. Friday, the wind comes back eventually out of the southeast. That brings some moisture in. The Future Track tries to give us an isolated shower, but we just don't see much. Saturday, a dry day and a hot day as well. Then another front will bring some slightly cooler air in for Sunday into Monday and Tuesday. Dry the next 3 days. If anything pops up, it's likely to be Saturday night, and the chance of that very small at this point. Look at the numbers on the weather map. Laredo's 104, Del Rio's 106, they hit 107 earlier today. Over in Monterey, it's 100, San Antonio's 91, Houston's 85, so the real heat right up and down the eastern slopes of the mountains in Mexico and into the Rio Grande Valley. Up to the north, 89 in Dallas, 92 in Austin. Lubbock is 87, but San Angelo's 98 this afternoon. Looking for clouds, and there are a few on the map, mostly up in North Texas. If we look where the fronts are, there's one in the state now. That's the one that pushes through tomorrow. The push of cooler air almost non-existent. It'll dry the air out a little bit. That'll push back to the north on Saturday as a warm front, and then a stronger front comes in Saturday night. Right now, all of the energy stays north of us. If that happens, it'll come in with no fanfare, no rain, just drier and slightly cooler temperatures behind it. We'll watch to see if that rain chance changes any by the time we get to the weekend. 60s in the morning across a lot of Texas, but look at Amarillo, 33 to start the day. They'll warm up a little, we'll warm up a lot, back in the 90s in the valley tomorrow afternoon. Your first 1-5 AccuWeather forecast for tonight, mostly clear, gusty winds a possibility, 67 for a low, winds 15 to 30 and gusty. Then tomorrow, windy early, but the wind dies down, sunny, less humid, winds turn out of the north by afternoon at 12 to 25. The next 7 days, 91, little cooler, a little more humid on Friday, then back to 94 on Saturday, then only 81 on Sunday and a low of 61. And we stay mild into the middle of next week. By Wednesday, back to 90 or so. That's your updated first 1-5 AccuWeather forecast.